The movie opens with a text explaining an alien species known as the Yautja, predators to all, friends to none, and prey to nothing. Among them is a young and undersized warrior named Dek from a fierce clan called Dek. Determined to prove his worth and earn his father's respect, Dek sets out to show that he's more than what others see him as. Inside a dimly lit cave, Dek senses someone nearby. He's suddenly attacked by his older brother, Quay, who uses an invisibility cloak to ambush him. The two brothers fight, testing each other's strength and skill. When the fight ends, Quay tells Dek that he fights with too much rage, warning him that such emotion will get him killed one day. After the sparring session, Quay shows Dek a holographic view of a planet called Jenna. He tells him that, like their ancestors, he must choose a prey on that planet, hunt it, and bring it back as proof of his strength. Otherwise, he will never be accepted into the clan. As several possible prey creatures are displayed in holographic form, Dek chooses the most dangerous of them all, a creature known as the Callus. Even their father fears it, calling it unkillable. But Dek is determined to hunt it down and prove himself. His father mocks him, calling him the weakest of their kind, and says that only by killing the strongest creature can he redeem himself. Quay tries to talk him out of it, but Dek's mind is already made up. Their father suddenly arrives with some guards and demands to know why Quay hasn't carried out his order yet. It turns out that their father has ordered Quay to kill Dek, believing his younger son is a weakness to their clan. He activates a device that traps Dek's body to the ground and commands Quay to behead him. Quay approaches Dek with his sword, but instead of killing him, he slashes the trap open and frees his brother. He quickly shoves Dek into a small spacecraft and turns to face their father in battle. The fight is brutal. Their father uses his invisibility cloak to gain the upper hand. He slices off one of Quay's arms and then impales him through the chest. With his last strength, Quay presses a remote that launches the spacecraft, sending his brother flying away from their home planet before he dies. Dek's ship eventually crash lands on the planet Jenna. Bruised and alone, he vows to complete the hunt in honor of his brother, who gave his life for him. He takes out his advanced bow, spear and sword, preparing for battle. Suddenly, tree-like branches come to life and attack him. He slashes at them furiously, cutting through as many as he can before finally escaping. He tends to his wounds using a few native flowers and tries to eat a worm-like creature, but when it starts to swell dangerously, he throws it away just before it explodes like a grenade. As Dek continues deeper into the jungle, he spots strange flowers that swell and explode the closer you get to them. Then, a massive flying beast known as a pterodactyl swoops down and locks onto him as its prey. From a nearby valley, a young woman shouts a warning, but Dek can't understand her language. She quickly reveals herself to be a robot and switches to a language he can understand. Her name is Tai and she offers to help him, but Dek refuses, saying he hunts alone. Before he can react, the pterodactyl starts dropping large rocks from above. The rocks hit the explosive flowers, triggering a chain of blasts that knock Dek to the ground and spread a poisonous mist over his face. As the toxin starts to paralyze him, he manages to toss his weapon to Tai before collapsing. Just as the beast swoops in to finish him, Tai uses Dek's weapon to kill it. She then gives Dek an antidote, saving his life before the poison can spread. When Dek regains consciousness, he tries to help Tai up but realizes she has no legs. Tai explains that she's synthetic, built by the Weyland Yutani Corporation for research purposes. She tells him that many hunters from his kind have come to this planet to kill the Callus, but none have survived. She's seen the Callus herself and lived to tell the tale. Tai offers Dek a deal. If he takes her along, she'll guide him to the Callus's den. Once there, she'll reattach her legs and help him kill it. Dek doesn't trust her at first, but Tai convinces him by saying she can be his perfect tool, an extension of his will to find and kill his prey. Dek finally agrees. He uses vines from a giant tree to tie her to his back as she directs him toward the creature's territory. When night falls, they camp inside a cave. Tai tells Dek that she's been stranded on Jenna for 2 years, always believing someone would come for her. She had hoped it would be her best friend, Tessa. She and Tessa were both created by Weyland Yutani as research androids. During one of their missions, the Callus attacked them and tore off Tai's legs. The last thing she remembers is hearing Tessa scream her name before everything went dark. As Tai sadly reflects on the past, she realizes Dek has already fallen asleep halfway through her story. Meanwhile, at Weyland Yutani headquarters, scientists work to reactivate Tessa's lifeless body. When she awakens, she's briefed on her new mission: capture the Callus and ensure the retrieval of its biological material. The company warns her that Dek has landed on Jenna and poses a threat to the mission. If she fails again, she'll be permanently decommissioned. The next morning, Dek asks Tai where he can find food. He needs his strength for the hunt. Tai shows him a massive rhino-like beast grazing nearby. Dek decides it'll make a good meal and goes after it. The creature notices him and charges through the forest. Dek leaps from tree to tree, chasing it down. Just when he's about to strike, a monkey-like creature appears out of nowhere, distracting him. Furious, Dek attacks the monkey, but the animal turns out to be incredibly strong. Before the fight escalates, Tai warns Dek that the rhino creature is charging toward them. Dek quickly throws his sword straight at its head, slicing it clean in half. He roars victoriously, holding its bones in triumph, but his celebration doesn't last. An octopus-like monster bursts from the ground and wraps its tentacles around them. Just as it's about to devour them, the monkey-like creature from earlier jumps in and uses a sharp shell to wound the monster, forcing it to drop them. It seems the monkey has taken a liking to Dek. But the danger isn't over yet. The octopus monster grabs the monkey and tries to swallow it whole. Dek jumps onto the creature's back, slashing and stabbing it repeatedly until it collapses and dies. Meanwhile, Tessa arrives on Jenna with a heavily armed team sent by Weyland Yutani. Her strength is displayed as she effortlessly kills one of the plant-like monsters while her men torch the rest with flamethrowers. Later that night, Tai reflects on everything she and Dek have been through and says they make a great team. The next morning, Dek quietly leaves the sleeping monkey behind, insisting again that he hunts alone and that Tai is his only tool. After days of travel, they finally reach the Callus's den, a massive pit filled with hundreds of corpses from past hunts. Tai finds her legs among her old parts and reattaches them. Once she's fully restored, she tells Dek there's something she needs to confess. Before she can, Dek tells her that he'll never forget her and that he'll honor her for helping him find his prey. Tai then warns him to run. The company is coming and they're bringing death with them. Tai finally reveals the truth. She's also on a mission from the Weyland Yutani Corporation to capture the Callus. She warns Dek that if he doesn't leave before the company's forces arrive, they'll kill him without hesitation. Dek coldly replies that if anyone tries to stop him, he'll kill them first. Stepping outside, Dek slams his sword into the ground, triggering a massive explosion that echoes across the valley. The blast draws out the Callus, an enormous, terrifying creature unlike anything he's ever faced. Dek charges at it without fear, but the beast is unbelievably strong. With one swing, it shatters the tip of his sword. Dek retaliates and manages to slice off one of its arms, but the creature's limb immediately regenerates. Realizing brute force won't be enough, Dek throws out a chain to try and pin the monster to the ground while Tai provides cover fire with a plasma gun. The battle rages violently, and at a desperate moment, Tai tries to save Dek, but he tells her to save herself instead. Summoning all his strength, Dek manages to decapitate the Callus, but his victory is short-lived. The creature's head grows right back, its regeneration unstoppable. Suddenly, a strange device lands nearby and explodes with a burst of freezing energy, immobilizing both the Callus and Dek. The device was thrown by none other than Tessa, who steps out of the shadows with a group of soldiers. When Dek wakes up, he finds himself restrained inside a laboratory with Tessa standing over him. She intends to use him as part of the company's experiments. During a tense conversation between Tessa and Tai, it's revealed that Weyland Yutani captured the Callus because of its powerful regenerative abilities, which they plan to exploit for human survival. Tai is disgusted by the company's cruelty and begs Tessa to let Dek go since he once saved her life. She suggests experimenting only on his weapons and technology instead, but Tessa refuses. Later, Tai outsmarts Tessa and discreetly releases Dek from his restraints. Together, they escape from the transport vehicle into the jungle. Dek returns to his ship, re-equips himself with his full armor and weapons, and prepares to storm the company's base to rescue Tai. Along the way, he runs into the monkey-like creature again and realizes that it's actually the offspring of the Callus. In a symbolic gesture, Dek spits on the creature, a ritual marking it as part of his clan. Now united, Dek and the young Callus begin hunting down the company guards one by one with stealth and precision. Meanwhile, at the base, Tessa reports to Weyland Yutani that the Callus has been secured. When asked about the Yautja warrior, she lies, claiming that she already killed Dek. Dek continues his rampage through the facility, silently eliminating guards and tearing through defenses. He finally reaches Tai, who is imprisoned in a containment pod. She's visibly moved that he came back for her. Dek tells her that the small creature is the Callus's child, and that he can't abandon its mother. He leaves Tai safely on the ship and heads out to free the captured Callus. Before he can reach it, Tessa appears, wearing a massive mechanized exosuit built for combat. She attacks Dek with overwhelming force. Sparks fly as metal clashes against plasma blades. While Dek fights for his life, Tai sneaks into the holding area and starts unlocking the restraints on the callus. Just as Tessa gains the upper hand, the callus bursts free and charges at her. It slams into her mech suit, crushing it under its massive weight. The creature then reunites with its child, standing protectively over it as Dek and Tai watch in awe. Dek approaches slowly and bows in respect to the callus, acknowledging it as both a worthy foe and a mother defending her own. But before he can walk away, Tessa, still barely alive, throws another freezing device at the creature. The blast engulfs the callus, freezing it solid before detonating and shattering it into pieces. Furious, Dek lunges at Tessa as she turns to kill Tai, stabbing her from behind and ending her life once and for all. After the destruction of the facility, Dek returns to his home planet to confront his father and avenge Kuei's death. His father immediately sends 2 clan warriors to kill him, but Dek dispatches them effortlessly. Shocked by his son's strength, the old warrior realizes the boy he once called weak has become something far greater. Father and son engage in a brutal duel. Once again, the elder uses his invisibility cloak to gain an advantage, but Dek has learned well. He outsmarts his father, using his own tactics against him, and finally defeats him. As the old man lies dying, he tells Dek that he's proven himself and can finally rejoin the clan. Dek coldly replies that he doesn't belong to any clan. He is his own. At that moment, the young callus, now loyal to him, leaps from the shadows and devours Dek's father from behind. Dek stands beside Tai, who watches silently as he takes his father's invisibility cloak and drapes it over his shoulder. And that's how the movie ends, with Dek standing tall, no longer the weakest of his kind, but a true predator who created his own legacy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of the exciting content coming your way. Every new video is made with you in mind, and I'd love to have you here for the journey. See you in the next one.